Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and on this show we have a children's minister and a foster dad, a dad of 4. So don't go away. All the way from Malvern, Tanner Jones. We'll be right back. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. As you hopefully know, I'm Perry Black, your host, and on this show we have Tanner Jones, all the way from the mega city of
Malvern, Arkansas.
Malvern, Arkansas, which is about 20 minutes from studio,
Yep.
unless you're young and a lawbreaker, more like 15 minutes. Tanner, tell me a little about you. You are involved in a church in Malvern called
New Beginnings Baptist Church.
New Beginnings Baptist Church. I used to eat there.
Yeah.
Now people say, what in the world? What do you mean you used to eat there? It used to be a catfish restaurant.
Yep.
So for our audience that may be familiar with the area, when you get off of I-30 West toward Texarkana, you get off at the Hot Springs Malvern exit, head back toward Hot Springs, about a quarter mile. There on the left was a fish restaurant that I did eat at frequently. And I don't know, it's probably been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
New Beginnings. Opened, was the church, was that its first location? Were y'all somewhere else, you remember?
No, they started, before I was there, they started, I believe they started in a home,
Yeah.
and then went to a couple of rental kind of set up,
Yeah.
take down
Tear it
areas.
down.
Yep.
Been there.
And then the Lord just opened some doors, and we were coming up on our, I believe, 20th anniversary. I
Golly,
believe 20th.
my
and
goodness.
just here in about a month or so. And so.
And y'all are serving way better food there now than
Absolutely.
the fish, and the fish
Absolutely.
was good. Y'all serving living bread.
That's right.
Yeah, all of God's children love living bread. So tell me a little bit about New Beginnings Church. What is your current function there?
I am the children's pastor and the associate pastor at New Beginnings.
And your pastor's name?
James Green.
James Green.
Yes, sir.
So is, for folks in the Malvern area, Church of Lives Worth the Drive, is it a good church?
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about it. What do y'all do there? Do y'all believe in Jesus?
Absolutely. 100%.
New Beginnings Baptist, what a dumb question. People getting saved there. I see on social media you've got a lot of young people coming
Yes, sir.
from
Yep.
the community.
Yep. Lord's been growing us left and right lately.
Yeah. On a typical Sunday, what might people expect if they walk into New Beginnings? How many people on a typical Sunday?
We run between 175 and 200 lately.
That's a good church.
Absolutely. Yep.
Typical church in America is less than 100 people, so you already broke that barrier.
Yes, sir.
And that must fill up your congregation, though.
And we get full quick. We've got people on standby with extra chairs, and
Yeah.
we get them in there.
So anybody in the area, y'all'd love to have them. What time's your church service?
Sunday school at 9:30, and church service starts at 10:30.
10:30, get out around lunchtime?
Yes, sir. Right about
Awesome.
noon.
You're involved in the children's ministry, so
Yes, sir.
as the children's minister, do you oversee what age group?
K through 6th.
So they'd be 5 years old through 6th grade?
Yep.
And y'all separate that group? How do you do that? K5 through what?
Sunday morning, we separate into preschool. We have on Sunday mornings first and second, or kindergarten and first, and then second in a separate classroom, and
Yeah.
then the 3rd through 6th sits in the front.
Y'all have worship together in the
Yes,
children's
yep,
department?
all worship together,
Yeah.
and then separate out into our
okay.
classes.
So the kids come to the auditorium and then go, or you have
Yes.
your own kids worship?
No, they come out in the auditorium, worship with the parents and the
Do a little
adults.
family gathering?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Excellent. So if you're looking for a good church, or should I say a great church?
Absolutely.
A great church, New Beginnings, and what a great way for you to experience a new beginning. But Tanner, you a married guy?
Yes, sir.
How many kids you got, you and
We
your
have
wife?
2 children of our own.
And you
You
got some bonus kids?
We do. We have a couple bonus kids right now. 2
how many?
of them.
How many do you have?
We got 2 fosters right now.
Your wife's not here. I know I'm asking a lot of details. I know it's going to be a brain freeze. But tell me the current ages of the 4 or 5 kids you have in your home.
The 2 youngest are fosters. They are 1 and just turned 3, and then my children are 5 and 7, and
They all four go to, well, the younger obviously not, but your kids go to Malvern?
We live closer to Bismarck, so actually in the Bismarck School District.
Oh, good. I've got friends that come to this church that drive in from Bismarck.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how long you been fostering?
We've been fostering for about 2 years now.
2. You working with Compact?
Yes.
Which is also on 270 bypass coming into Hot Springs, formerly known as
Hillcrest.
Hillcrest. And we've had the director on at least twice over the past 7 years. So how did you get involved in fostering, you and your wife?
My wife has always wanted to foster. Ever since we've been together, she's always mentioned foster and adopt, which both of her parents were adopted. And so I was a little more hesitant at first. And we came to New Beginnings about 3 years ago. And New Beginnings has a lot of foster families, a lot of adopted families as well. And so whenever we were kind of bickering each other, whether it was the first service we came to or the second at New Beginnings, Pastor James actually preached on foster care. And the whole time my wife's, elbowing and looking at me. And so whenever I actually saw the need of foster care and just how great it is, the Lord really just started working on my heart. And I told her, I said, I agree, we've got to get involved. And so we reached out to Compact, and that's kind of where our process started.
Well, I just had a lady in my office this morning with our accreditation agency for our Arkansas Christian Academy, our school, and she said, I want to do fostering.
Yeah.
And she said, my husband's very hesitant. We've got dear friends at our church, St. John's Catholic Church in Hot Springs, and she said, but my husband's just not quite ready. I said, well, we're just going to keep praying for him, because what you just said, sometimes there's hesitation, trepidation, and once you take that step, it's like swimming. Once you get in the water, come on in, the water's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Compact giving y'all good support and encouragement?
Yeah.
And you got several in your church doing the same?
Yes. Yeah, we have several different families in our church that are foster families as well currently, and then a few that have adopted in the past. Our pastor and his wife, they've adopted 2 children, and Compact has been great. I wouldn't want to do foster care without the help. Yes, absolutely.
Well, a lot of people, they've been involved in foster care, they didn't get support, and they burn out pretty quick, so that support network's really, really important. So we got about 30 seconds here in this segment here. What would you say to just anybody that's just kind of thinking about it, they've kind of had it in their heart, and they've thought about it, they keep talking themselves out, what would you say?
I would say just keep praying, and maybe just take that first step of talking to someone who's involved with it, and just put your heart out there and see what the Lord can do with it.
If they called New Beginnings Baptist Church, y'all got a phone number?
Yes.
Still got a landline at the church?
We don't. We list my cell phone and our pastor's cell phone.
So they could call y'all at your numbers that are on your website somewhere, probably mysteriously it shows up here.
Yes, sir.
And they could find out and say, hey, can you help me just kind of work through this?
Absolutely.
We're going to take a brief break. We'll be back with Tanner.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. In that previous segment, we talked a little bit about Arkansas Christian Academy, a private school right here on this very campus, 21815 I-30 in Bryant, Arkansas, growing every year. But more than growing numerically, we're growing spiritual champions that are going to change the world and make it a better place. So if you have any interest in knowing more about Arkansas Christian Academy, contact us, and we'd love to share that with you. Reach out, visit us on the website, and we'd love to talk to you about that and make a difference in the lives of your family and your children. On this show, we have Tanner Jones, all the way from the mega city of Malvern, Arkansas, children's pastor at New Beginnings Baptist Church. And Tanner, we normally in the first segment, I ask all kinds of personal questions, and I got so involved talking about your church and your ministry that I forgot to ask you some of that. Where did you grow up? Are you from Malvern?
I'm not. I'm actually from Mena, Arkansas.
Mena.
Yep.
Been there?
Yep. And
Yep.
I went to school at a little 1A school called Akron High School.
Been there too. You know, I traveled in schools all over the state. I went to Akron, yeah. And that was a tiny school. I think, if I remember right, I spoke in a really old gymnasium,
Yep.
real old place. Probably didn't have, I don't think it had more than 100 kids, 150 kids in the whole
That's
school.
probably about right, yeah.
Yeah, pretty small.
Yeah.
But every great oak tree starts as a
It's an Akron.
Akron. So a nice area there. And did you graduate from there?
I did, yes, sir.
I always made jokes when I went to schools. I always brought up their mascot. I don't remember, was the Akron the mascot?
It was the Tiger, actually.
A tiger.
That
Well,
makes
I'm a
lot
Little
of
Rock
sense,
Central guy,
but-
so we were Tigers too.
There you go.
What was really challenging, I did Deer, Arkansas. You ever heard of Deer?
I have not.
Their mascot was the antlers.
Makes
Now
sense.
that's hard to do a cool story when you're talking about we are the antlers, you know. We are the nuts. Now, low note, they were the jackrabbits,
Yeah.
but the junior high were the bunnies.
I make no.
Now, I could make jokes about that all day long, talking about alienating a crowd. So tell me, you grew up in Akron. When did you migrate out of Akron to some other part, to
Well,
Mena and so forth?
So I met my wife in my senior year, and we started dating.
When did you graduate?
15, I believe.
2015.
It throws me off because I graduated half semester early, so
Okay.
that question always
Were
stumps
you
me.
highly intelligent, or they just got tired of you?
I just wanted out of there.
I want out.
I
got
found
my
out I had the
I'll see you
credits.
later.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so actually I took a college course, met my wife in the college course, and so that's how we met, and we started dating. She went to UCA to go to college, and I knew that college wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And so I moved to Conway with her, started working right out of high school, and so we lived in Conway and then Greenbrier. We got married I think after her first year of college, we got married that summer. And
How long you been married? Got any idea?
10 years.
10.
10 years.
Did she graduate from UCA?
She did.
What's her degree? Or what's her
marketing.
profession?
Marketing.
Who she work for?
She works for Arkansas Federal Credit Union.
Oh.
Yep. They're
I
based out
do
of
some
Little Rock.
banking with
Hey, there we go.
Arkansas Federal. Yeah, that's cool. So are y'all, both of y'all and your foster family all live literally in Malvern?
No, sir. We actually live closer to Bismarck, and funny story. I live in the Bismarck area, drive to Hot Springs for work, and then we drive to Malvern for church. And so
What
we rack the
Arkansas
miles.
Federal does she work at? What branch?
She actually works out of the corporate branch in Little Rock, but she gets to work from home a few days a week.
Oh, that's
so,
good,
yeah.
because getting from Bismarck, I guess y'all would probably zip over to 30
Yep.
and then up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So how'd you get involved in fostering? You were hesitant. She
sir.
was. That's a fascinating story. Both her parents were adopted,
Yeah.
and they got married.
Yep.
And is she an only child? She got a bunch of
She has
siblings?
one sister, one older sister.
Is her sister involved in fostering yet?
Not yet. We'll
Not
put it that way.
yet. We'll put that capital Y-E-T. So, what would you say to someone who says, fostering is hard?
I would agree, but I would also say that it is the blessing of foster care far outweighs the difficulties.
Yeah.
It is there's long nights, there's transition periods, there's questioning how you're going to get to point A to point B to point Z. There's all the questions, and there's all the excuses you can come up with.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But whenever you get to see these kids just come out of their shell and start to bond and start to just the little differences in their lives, man, it
Your
far
two
outweighs the
fosters
rest of
currently are how old again?
it. 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yep.
And how long are they siblings?
They are.
And how long have you had? A 1-year-old.
We have actually had, she's close to 1.5. We've had her since she was about 7 months old. And we've had them for a little over a year now.
Do they call you mom and dad?
They do.
How sweet is that?
Yep.
Man, that'll melt the guy's butter right there.
Real fast.
Golly.
Real fast.
And your biological children, how old are they?
5 and 7.
All right, so they've been brothers and sisters to this sibling group.
Yep.
They're actually a sibling group of 4 now.
Oh.
How did they deal with new children coming in and that bonding? How did that work?
So
Not just
that
for the
was,
foster kids, for your biological kids.
That was one of my biggest concerns, is watching out kind of for my own children, you know, and they have both, I've got 2 little girls, and they have both just jumped right in. And these 2, especially them being little, man, they have taken on the big sister. My littlest one, she loves the big sister role. Yeah. And so they get to call them by their first name. They'll throw Jones in there at the end, and you know, it's been a blessing to see how they interact and how they just take them into our home and just treat them like they're our own.
Having 4, that's a house full.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, when you go out to eat, you got to gather up aluminum cans before you go.
I guarantee it.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to folks that say, I don't know how my kids would respond? Because I remember I have a couple in our church, they fostered and now they're on staff doing all kinds of stuff here in our ministry. And they came to me and they said, we're wanting to work at the ranch. And I said, you know, your kids are going to hear words that we don't typically use around the church that your kids have never heard. They're going to see trauma acting out. We got about 30 seconds. How do you migrate that?
I think it's just a great opportunity to show them that not everyone has that upbringing they have. Yeah. That there's a world that's lost, dying, and broken out there that we as Christians are called to reach. Yeah. That we are called to love and to show the love of Christ. Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? Project Zero is such a blessing to the state of Arkansas and those in fostering.
Absolutely.
And those that want to be adopted and are looking for a family. So we're going to take a break here and look at this Project Zero video. So don't go away. We'll be right back with Tanner.
My name is Yuri and I'm 10. I'm in second grade. I like to draw
What's your favorite part about school?
and coloring.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor and a cop.
A doctor or a cop?
Both. My favorite princess is Elsa
Why is Elsa your favorite?
because she sings.
What's your favorite food?
SpaghettiOs,
What's your favorite color?
pink and blue.
Do you want a mom and a dad or siblings? Tell me what you want.
My mom and dad.
Do you want a brother or sister? Yeah. What about pets?
Kitties. I want a kitty.
What would you name your kitty?
Elsa.
What would you want to say if there was a family watching this that wanted to adopt you? What would you want to say to them?
I will say, I love you to adopt me. I want to draw my family.
What would you draw right now if you could draw something?
Mila and Zoe and Rumi.
Who's that?
K-pop Dream Hunters. I can draw. I can play games. And I can color them.
Can I be in your movie too? Yeah? Oh, so sweet. Are you so sweet? Yeah? Oh, you see my nails?
I like them.
Thank you so much. Do you like to get your nails done? What color would you do?
Hot pink.
Hot pink? Oh my goodness. If you could go anywhere, where would you go?
Taco Bell.
I think you're gonna get to go. Are you gonna go today? Yeah. Ariana is really special. She has a lot of amazing qualities, And she also qualifies for something called DDS waiver. So that means she has help and support lifelong. Even when she gets adopted, that family will have the support of DDS waiver.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Do you know what adoption means? What's adoption?
It means you can find a family.
Yeah, do you want to find a family?
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Tanner, what we just saw was Project Zero does a phenomenal job working in collaboration with DCFS, and we get to show children in waiting that are looking for a foster family. They're really looking for a forever family, a family that will adopt. And we're so appreciative of Christy Irwin, the great job they do and their production team, because on this show we're not allowed to show pictures and faces except those pre-approved, but we get to hear stories. And man, I wish I could put your beautiful family up on here so people could see your wife and your 4 beautiful kids. What's the status with your 2 youngest right now? Do you know?
So we actually just went through a termination process with them, and
explain that for a viewer. What's a termination process?
So basically, whenever they don't see for whatever reason, many different.
The biological family's not doing their job.
Yes.
To be a good parent.
They go through the termination process of terminating parental rights, and then it puts the children in the place where they can be adopted. By a pre-adopted.
So they just
family.
went through that. So their parental rights are
parental rights
terminated.
have been terminated. We were going through the 1-month appeal process, and had almost made it through that, and the biological parents had decided to appeal, and so that kind of threw a little bit of a hiccup in there, but so that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, for people that are not really deeply involved in fostering and mentoring and adopting, the process is somewhat complex.
Yes.
And it is a fascinating thing. Even children going through trauma and very difficult circumstances, 99.9% of those kids want to go home.
Absolutely.
And so many times those parents want them home, and they're involved, and not necessarily directing anything about the children that you have, but they're involved in drugs and addictions and alcohol, and their lives are just totally dysfunctional. They want their kids, but they want substance more. They're not able to break that, what I call a generational curse. And it's a blessing to see families like yours. What does your wife do professionally?
She works in at a bank.
At a bank. So how does she migrate being a full-time financial person? You're a full-time children's pastor, associate pastor at a church. How do y'all migrate having your own children and 2 more, and making that a cohesive family and still being able to enjoy life and serve God, etc.?
Man, we basically just have to pull them in and treat them like they're our own. We just have to pull them in there and get them adapted as quickly as possible. And
do you have any idea who the parents of the children are?
We do, yes.
So if their rights are terminated, do y'all have any inclination to remain mom and dad?
We don't feel necessarily called to the adoption side. Our heart is really to kind of step in the gap in foster care, and then let parents who can't have their own kids, or let families who struggle with that.
Their families in waiting looking for children.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So where are we at on the appeal? How far down the road are we on that?
It just started.
Just started, and that's a 30-day process or more? Could be
up to 6 months to a year.
Well, yeah.
Just depending on the appeal court.
Well, sometimes moms and dads that are really in a struggle, they have to have some motivation, and I'll just use this term since this is somewhat of a Christian program, to get right with God. And just sometimes you just got to fall on your face and say,
Absolutely.
God, I can't do this on my own. I need your help. I want my kids, and I need your help to make that happen. And you know what I have found? God is faithful.
Every time.
Man, is he good.
Every time.
Is he good? So what would you say to folks that are watching this show, and I believe they're watching it because it's a divine appointment, and they just happen to click the channel and they've stopped and said, I wonder what this show is. What would you say to people that are either caught in a crisis or those who are wanting to step in and fill the gap as a foster or a mentor?
To the ones caught in a crisis, just don't let it take being completely rock bottom to cry out. God's willing and able to meet you where you are, as you are.
Yeah.
And so don't let it get to the worst of the worst before you reach out.
Is there anybody watching that he doesn't love?
Absolutely not.
You mean out of all the dysfunction in our society, there's not one person, that woman that was caught in adultery, he loved her.
Absolutely.
He wants to make a difference.
Yep.
Tell me, we've got 2 minutes, so tell me a synopsis. How did you meet the Lord yourself?
I was raised as a pastor's son, and so I was really had the two options of following the right path and living up to the hype of the preacher's kids. And unfortunately, I ran for a while, and I chased the things of the world, and I did what I wanted. And at a young age, I knew the calling of preaching, and that just made me run harder. And so some years ago, I had started doing a Bible study with my dad again, and started doing some things, and I really felt the conviction. And the Lord just broke me down one day. I was mowing my lawn in Bismarck, Arkansas, and right there he started drawing me, and I finally gave in. Yeah. And I just said, God, if you'll take me as I am, if you'll take me with my faults, with my brokenness, with this mess of my life, I'll give you everything I got. Wow. And I have not looked back one time.
That is really cool. The hound of heaven, he gets your scent. You can run, but you can't hide.
Amen.
And I actually believe you're watching this show because it is a divine appointment that God wants to talk to you. He doesn't just want to change the hearts and lives of kids in crisis. He wants to change the lives of people in crisis. Amen. And we're living in a generation where the world is filled with confusion and brokenness.
Absolutely.
And I believe that Jesus came to set captives free. And the first step to becoming the person that God wants you to be and have the children and family that you want to have is encountering the saving grace of God. Yep. You're an example of that. I'm an example of that. So take 10 seconds and just say why anybody ought to get involved. You got 10 seconds.
It'll change your life in ways you can't imagine, and the blessings that come for it aren't the reason we do it, but they're just an added bonus to it. Yeah. And the change in young lives, you'll never regret it. I've never looked back and thought I'd done too much.
You'll never be sorry that you answered the call.
Absolutely.
See you next week. Bye-bye.